When pre-patch opened, I saw that there would be cool builds coming out for survival PvP now that we have a lot more offensive and utility spells, including 2 new gap closers in Coordinated Assault and Spearhead, and also now that Tar Trap roots enemies. During pre-patch, I created a build I called the Latent Death build and still stand by it here at level 70. I have tweaked it and had great success during these past 2 weeks. I will definitely be iterating on it here in Season 1 as the meta evolves, but as it stands, I will go over the talents, gear, pets, and rotation I will be starting out with for Dragonflight Season 1. The point of this build is to have great constant pressure, an aggressive burst window, and enough utility to kite until that burst window opens. Alright, for the talents, I'll start off with the PvP talents. I always have Roar of Sacrifice, which makes it so your enemies are unable to critically strike you for 12 seconds. This also deals damage to your pet, so make sure your pet is topped off or has men pet ticking. I always have Survival Tactics, which makes Feign Death get rid of all magical effects and also reduce damage by 90% for 1.5 seconds. And for the third one, I usually have Chimeral Sting if I'm playing a caster. If I'm playing a Druid, Assassination Rogue, or a DK, I usually have Mending Bandage on, which gets rid of all bleeds, poisons, and diseases, as well as a nice heal. Alright, for the talents, we'll start off with the Hunter Tree. Kill command is given. We'll go with Kill Shot, Improve Kill Shot, Post Haste, which makes it so Disengage gets rid of all roots, and also increases your speed. Muzzle, which is our kick. I go for Survival of the Fittest. This is a good defensive spell to reduce damage incoming. And Tar Trap. And 1 into Wilderness Medicine, which makes it so Med Pet heals more, as well as a chance to dispel a magical effect. Trank Shot, which removes 1 Enrage and 1 magic effect. I go for Entrapment, Scatter, Intimidation, Nature's Endurance, which just increases the Survival of the Fittest by 20% more, just makes us more tanky. Camouflage for openers, and also a good way to reset. I go for Binding Shackles, which after an Intimidation or a Scatter, the target deals 10% less damage to you for 8 seconds, pretty useful. Improve movement speed, and Hunter's Avoidance, just so cleave comps don't deal as much damage. And 2 into Improved Traps. If you're fighting a hunter, a shaman, or a druid, I would go into Scare Beast instead of having 2 here, just to have that extra CC. Let's say you stun a druid in form, and then trap them, and then fear them before the trap goes off. That's a huge CC that forces a trinket, and also adds extra pressure during the fight. So here I go for a Keen Eyesight, increases crit. We go for Death Chakram, which is really good for bursts, increases damage taken by everyone that's hit by it. Arctic Bola, and then Explosive Shot. Explosive Shot has been my favorite ability. It has such a fun animation, as well as so much damage that it does. It's basically a free kill shot. And then I go Master Marksman, which gives us a bleed, Serpent Sting, and Poison Injection. Poison Injection reminds me of an ability during BFA. Just stacks up Serpent Sting and it goes up to 10 times. And if you let that build on an off DPS, off caster, it just allows you to have so much more pressure when switching targets. And for the last one, Serrated Shots to increase Serpent and bleed damage. Alright, now for Survival Tree, I go for Raptor Strike, Wildfire Bomb, Tip of the Spear, Harpoon, and Terms of Engagement, which decreases Harpoon, our gap closer, its cooldown. It also generates focus. Aspect of the Eagle, to give some range, and Bloodseeker. So with like the amount of bleeds that we have, this just makes it so our attack speed is increased. Here I go Mongoose Bite. The way that works, it replaces your Raptor Strike, and every time you use Mongoose Bite, it gives you Mongoose Fury, which increases the damage of your next Mongoose Bite by 15%. and stacks up to 5 times, but it only lasts for 14 seconds. So you have 14 seconds to get up to that 5 stacks. Your goal is to use Mongoose Bite as many times as you can at those 5 stacks for the most amount of damage. And I'll go over this in my rotation. And Spear Focus just to increase our damage that much more. Flanking Strike, which is a good gap closer and also generates focus for us. Sweeping Spear, more damage for our Mongoose Bite. Lunge to give us more range. Guerrilla Tactics to give Wildfire Bomb 2 charges and 50% increased damage. Intense Focus, Kill Command just generates more focus for us. Viper's Venom, Raptor Strike and Mongoose Bite have a 15% chance to apply Serpent Sting to your target. This just gives us another way to apply Serpent Sting, and also every single time that it does that, it does do an initial damage, so more damage for us. And just to get to the next rank for more focus generation. Then I go Killer Companion to get Spearhead, and Spearhead, which is another gap closer and increases our damage for Mongoose Bite and our pet. Coordinated Assault. The new thing about Coordinated Assault in Dragonflight is that it is now another gap closer. It makes it so your pet's attack makes the next Wildfire Bomb deal increased 20% damage, and kill shots bleed 50% of the damage, which adds a ton of pressure. I get Wildfire Infusion, which gives a ton of utility to our bombs. Ranger increases the damage by kill shot, Serpent Sting, and explosive shot. I get 2 and 2 coordinated kill, and to get Bombardier. Alright, and I'll have this talent build linked down below and also in my Discord. For gear, you want to gear up getting all the BG PvP pieces, and it's really easy to grab that. Every 2 to 3 BGs you'll get enough honor for a PvP piece, and you don't even have to upgrade it in this expansion. With just the very basic level 1 BG honor piece, it gives you the 4 11 in PvP and arena. So even if you upgrade it to the 5 out of 5, it still will only increase it to the 411 PvP eye level. And you want to prioritize haste and versatility, overall versatility. And for right now on the off pieces, I go for Critical Strike, which is what I was using for the end of Shadowlands. We'll see how that works for the beginning of season 1, but that is what I'm starting off with right now. And for my pet, I'm using a raptor for the cunning ability of Master's Call, which gives you a freedom, and also the passive, which increases your movement speed. I like using the green raptor from Warlords of Draenor, but the undead ones are immune to polymorph, so a lot of people like going for that one, but it could also be countered by Paladin, so really it's up to you what you want to do. And Raptors also give you mortal wounds, which decreases the healing received, which is why they are so prevalent in PvP. For the rotation, I think it's best to see it live, so this is what I love to open up with. So start off with the Serpent Stings to start those latent poison stacks, and then Death Chakram into Explosive Shot into 2 bombs, then Coordinated Assault to reset the bombs, which gives you Kill Shot. And this guy ran away, so I used Aspect of the Hawk and some Mongoose Bites to finish this guy off. And the name of the game is to get your Mongoose Fury as fast as you can to 5 and hit as many Mongoose Bites at 5 stacks as you can. They just deal so much damage and just apply so much pressure. If you have any questions on that, please come to my Discord linked below. And if you found this at all helpful, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. Good luck in Season 1.